Team Hungary, hey, if you lose this, we have to have a serious talk. That is not happening for Team Hungary. For Team China, it's a different pressure, but the three that they've chosen are the three best in the world, and the three that have shown that they can perform under that pressure time and time again.
Yeah, certainly been a lot of rotation with China, but as you say, they have picked their strongest three today. These two countries met in the 2016 edition, with China winning that in straight games, straight matches I should say, but the Hungarians did manage to take some games off them. Sandra Pergel managed to get two off Li Xiaoxia, and Dora Madaras also managed to get one game off Chen Meng, and that's a matchup we'll see later today. In fact, it was the Hungarians were the only ones in the group stages who managed to take games off the Chinese. I'm just looking at anything here that will provide a bit of a silver lining perhaps for them ahead of this very tough matchup.
Well, if you're watching this as a Hungarian fan, first of all, Helga Dadi in the front, Leonie HARTBRICH in the middle, and Dora Madaras, the team leader, in the back. It's interesting, without Gina Poda here, still a decent representation of the Hungarian women. And I will say that one thing to look forward to is, if you're watching from Hungary, and if it is to happen, any game, let alone a match, would be a pretty massive victory in itself. If they did pull off the victory over these three right here, I mean, it would just be, maybe the news, millennium might be a little bit strong, but it would be massive news.
Yeah, look, we've had a couple of other countries provide very, very slight hiccups for the Chinese. Perhaps saw the Puerto Ricans do it a little bit earlier on in the group stages, but China, 21 times winners of this event, 5 times in the 5 times runners up, 3 times third place. Hungary, they were a massive power, particularly in the men's game, way back in the day. For the women, they finished second 6 times. That was mainly in the 30s, 40s and 50s, and third place as well in that same sort of period, though they finished third twice in the 80s as well.
Sun Yingsha standing on the Hungarian side, I love it. I think Sun Yingsha recently has had 2 of my favorite comedic moments in table tennis, including accidentally getting on Team Hungary's bus here. I'll tell you the other one later.
So this is the bracket at the moment. The winner of this tie will play the winner of Portugal or Luxembourg. Oh, there's something quite tasty that could be brewing in a short while. Chinese Taipei, by the way, are up against Singapore in the quarterfinals in that part of the draw. And in the bottom half, Hong Kong, China and Germany, that's already been settled. Slovak Republic have beaten France. That's interesting. And Korea Republic and Japan. That's another very, very tasty one, isn't it? Yeah,
that's a tough draw for both of these teams. Neither of them at their level would have hoped to face someone so strong. I mean, Japan being a second seed here, you would imagine, I mean, Korea, when people ask who are the top teams in the world, Korea is always right there in the top 4 or shortly after. So to be the second seeded team and draw Korea, that's rough.
Yeah, that's happening right next to us as well on table 2, Korea and Japan. So some fantastic ties this evening as action gets underway very shortly indeed.
Li Sun there on screen. Coach for the women's national team in China, Sun Yingsha, Xia, the world #1 versus Leonie HARTBRICH. With Zoltan Batorfi there, coach in the corner, still playing at a very high level, was a legend of the game for Hungary. But of course, shout out to Victor Barna and family from back in the 30s, 40s.
Match format is best of 5 games within each match. Remember, it's best of 5 matches as well. So 3 is really the magic number here. Hit that and you are in good shape. Leonie HARTBRICH here against Sun Yingsha. It's a massive, massive moment here for HARTBRICH. Sun Yingsha, we saw her in action yesterday. She looked very, very good.
Feels like just yesterday I was watching a 16-year-old from Team China show up on the scene through the qualification stages, only to beat teammates including Liu Shiwen to take a title next week, only falling to Ding Ning in the final, going nearly undefeated. At world #1, 21 years old. Here's a look at who they've beaten to get here.
Yeah, Team China have won every single game by 3 straight matches against Canada, Puerto Rico, USA and Malaysia. They topped Group 1 as they were fully expected to do so. Now, Leonie HARTBRICH, 23, currently ranked 152nd in the world. There's a massive gap in the rankings between these two, isn't it? And she has also won a gold, oh sorry, a bronze, I should say, at the European Championships in 2019. So for Team Hungary, they won Group 2 and they beat Uzbekistan. They lost to Slovak Republic and Japan, but they had a very good win over Poland. They were third in their group, and so they were one of those, what they call a lucky loser. Not a name I particularly like using.
Yeah, loser, you know, not always popular.
Right.
Hey, isn't that appropriate?
It's very appropriate. So, Sun Yingsha, of course, world number 1, and 126 is the highest that her opponent has played at. Nasibek Ravi is the umpire. And it'll be HARTBRICH who gets us going here.
A lot of young players from the Chinese national team there watching. A lot of team support here.
Sun Yingsha started her tournament with that straight games win over Christian Liu in Canada. Had a break against Puerto Rico. Classic third ball attack.
Pretty low.
Easy does it for Sun Yingsha.
So this here, if you're newer to table tennis, the pendulum serve, the first serve anyone is taught when they get a coach. Here's some power. HARTBRICH good in the backhand-to-backhand exchange. I'm going to say, though, that the #1 in the world is still using that serve, as is the greatest of all time on the men's side, Ma Long.
Very good start here for Sun Yingsha, who was pushed a little bit in her very first game against Puerto Rico against Lily Tang, who took her to 15-12. It's disappointing when that happens for a player, of course, when they fully control the ball. 4-point lead already for Sun Yingsha, who ended things very comfortably against Karen Lim yesterday of Malaysia.
Service warning here. The warning is the ball must be visible at all times. It looks like maybe the shoulder, ball falling behind the shoulder.
Yeah, visible for the opponent so that there's no sort of deception in the serve itself.
Yeah, the ball should be visible to the opponent at all times. Never dipped below the table. Tossed in a way that it's visible the whole time. You know, we set this up in a way that might not be the most encouraging nor hopeful for Team Hungary, but Leonie HARTBRICH is in this. She's just 2 points down. I mean, she's going to be looking to get shorter rallies. The law of averages, when you're playing someone better, then you take some chances, end the point quickly where you can. And as we've seen this a few times now, where she's had a strong opening backhand, and then it comes back quickly, and it's just a lot to ask to recoil and stay on top of the ball for a second attack.
Well, she's had a bit of a mixed bag so far, HARTBRICH, in this tournament. She won the match against Uzbekistan 3-2, then got thrashed in the next one, Slovak Republic. Straight games. Before also losing against Hitomi Sato in straight games. And ending with a win against Poland 3-2. So a mixed bag. Not being the best of times. 5 points to the lead now for Sun Yingsha. Oh, what a great winner that is from Sun Yingsha.
Beautiful angle here. We've got wingspan on Leonie's side. She's tall as can be, moves in, even moving towards the forehand side. For me, it still feels a little bit like Sun Yingsha starting an interesting rally, but it was an outright winner. I mean, I've still yet to see China really turn it up. When they play Japan, they'll have to. Until then, I think it's going to sort of be a keeping it in play and just save the energy. Let's have some fun, give the others some fun. But 17 points for the world number 1.
Make that 6. Yeah, I'd agree with that. It hasn't necessarily been at its most clinical just yet, has it?
We've seen many matches where Xia turns and takes one shot and we know it's over. And then it is.
Here we go. SUN Y.S has pretty much breezed through that first game.
Pendulum serve back again. And it's just a difference in quality. I mean, the world really has a big step. Even the number 2 in the world, let's say Japan, there's a giant step there between them and China. China has set the standard.
So SUN Y.S takes game 1 against Leonie HARTBRICH, 11-4.
Hungary. Hungary. Second game, China to serve, level.
We were straining there to catch snatches there of the conversation in the Chinese camp.
This is the type of shot. This third ball here, there's no question. That's Xia just playing for the point.
One love.
Yeah, the return for HARTBRICH was exactly what she would have wanted. SUN Y.S put away.
This is looking to me more familiar. The quality of stroke out here. I mean, it is knockout stages. China has a lot to live up to.
And they've gone with their strongest leg.
Right, exactly. I'll be curious to see, actually. Number 4 and 5 on the team, Wang Yidi and Chen Xingtong, respectively, are incredible options. But still not the top 3.
3-1.
We saw Wang Yidi yesterday, didn't we?
We did. What are you curious about when you watch this?
How quick this is going to finish, I think. How ruthless they want to be. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, some similar variation of that, like how much chance can the Hungarians take? How risky will they play? And can they play a high enough percentage of the risky shots to pull off combinations to earn a point here and there, earn some points to get a game? And now we've got a timeout on the Leonie side. Yeah, but I don't think it's wrong either.
No.
I think it is quick, but you can't wait too long. The idea of any timeout is that you call it in time so that it has time to be effective.
Yeah, you remedy whatever the situation is, right? Or try to anyway.
I mean, this is in life. If you can catch something earlier, right? You have some sort of bump or something that you need to get checked out. Catch it early because it's preventative. If you want to start living your life, if you've always dreamed of being a fighter pilot, don't wait 10 years. Start now. You want to learn a new language, move somewhere now so that you can be using that language the rest of your life. Remodel your home, whatever it is. The sooner you start, the sooner it takes effect.
By that same token, and going back to your earlier point,
4-1.
Hungary, or any country or any team that goes up against China, you want them to play perhaps on the front foot.
The tough part is finding belief.
Yeah.
I mean, without mentioning any names, you can talk to someone who's, you know, from Japan, who says, well, we're not going to make it to the final now. I mean, it's tough. So how do you really find belief? I think you have to remember that all of these players have lost to foreigners before, meaning non-Chinese national team members.
Right.
Some more recently than others, so it's possible. then it's taking a step in that direction. What makes it possible? How do I do that? 1 point at a time. I have to do my best to win every single point and make a shot quality enough that the combination will earn me the points.
Well, let me ask you this, as again, Sun Y.S is very comfortable in this game. How many of these teams, Adam, and obviously you're very aware of what's going on, how many teams employ sports psychologists and use that kind of thing to maybe get them over the mental hurdle that is China?
That's a great question. I don't know is the simple answer. I think there's training obviously related to the mental side of the game. And most of them have that, but I don't know to what extent. Sports psychologists, I mean, Team England had one on the men's side for some time. Sort of a personal choice thing for several. We'll talk.
9 game points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do think, you know, this is sort of a progressive thing with mankind, the importance of mental health, period. It's just catching up. It's becoming more and more of a talked about issue.
Questions galore, but it's Sun Y.S who comes out on top and wins game 2 even more comfortably than game 1.
Classic serve there, touch right off the bounce, leaves Leonie on the chase. She takes the right shot, tries to go for the baseline, surprised with the long push. Just to change things up, but as you mentioned, quite a comfortable score line for the world number 1.
Sun Y.S wins game 2, 11-2, and is 2-0 up here in this first match.
Third game. Hungary to serve. Love all.
Well, that would give her tremendous confidence there, because that's the first time she's won one of those type of rally coverage so far in this match. Much better though overall, isn't it?
Yeah, there seems to be a sense of freedom right now. It's more like take some big shots, take some chances, and this is always what the underdog has to do. Play out of their mind, try something.
But is that perhaps a result of the circumstances now where you're only 2 down? And
Yes, it is.
And that prompts the question.
2-1.
And it's easy to say it now, the shouldas and couldas, but go out there with guns blazing from the start.
Well, yeah, I mean, this is the idea, but the reality of putting it into practice, it's easy to get handcuffed and even hypnotized by the opponent's skills. Your natural inclination in life is to do the most comfortable thing.
Yeah.
How many times have we been told to sit up straight, yet here we are lounging, leaning back in bed, looking at cell phones for hours? I mean, it's not good for our spine, but it's comfortable.
Yeah, you take the path of least resistance.
Right.
That's human nature.
Right. So out here, it takes a really grim scoreline sometimes for you to go, there is no other choice. If I want to survive, I must take some chances and play an uncomfortable game.
To be fair, we've seen a number of underdogs in this competition come out with that kind of positive mindset from the very start.
It's smart and it takes a lot of work, but the ones that you think of, it's because the results, it's paid off. So they're handsomely rewarded, and it should be a strong reminder. It's just a little bit against our intuition. Good serve here, fast and long into the middle. HARTBRICH with the longer wingspan here, which means bigger crossover point midsection.
HARTBRICH, at least trying to stand toe-to-toe with her.
Well, she's definitely getting into the backhand-to-backhand rallies. I've played her before. I can't say that of so many of the top women in the world. her backhand is outstanding. For me, the backhand of HARTBRICH is what really sets her apart. Yingsha on the other side, solid almost everywhere. Her forehand just seems to be devastating.
Play her. Yingsha.
Not that I can recall, not yet.
Oh, Adam, gotta pick that box.
Yeah, make it happen. Even this forehand here, seatbelt shot across the chest. Not the most powerful forehand she can play, but it's enough to win the point outright.
When you look at the win percentages of these two players, it's interesting what there. And look at those match points now. HARTBRICH 33% of her matches won up against Yingsha, 81%. She can add to that tally here. Yingsha has wrapped this up in double quick time.
Funny, that 81% you mentioned for Xia, I have to imagine if you remove Chen Meng and Wang Manyu, it probably becomes about 95%, maybe more.
Agree with that. Chen Meng is 86% by the way. But here, Yingsha has disposed of Leonie HARTBRICH 11-4, 11-2, 11-2, 3 straight games. And the first point of this tie is with China. And we're now going to hear from Yingsha, winner of this match.
Congratulations， 恭喜取得比赛的胜利。What did you make of your game tonight？ 请评价一下你今天晚上比赛的表现。
我觉得今天整个来说发挥的还是一上来进入状态，包括打的还是比小组赛我觉得要好一些吧。
She said, "I'm satisfied with my performance today, and I got into the match very quickly, and better than the game in the round robin." How have you been enjoying the championship so far? 那到目前为止，参加我们的团体世锦赛感觉如何？
我觉得还是非常兴奋吧。其实我觉得，包括在这种场馆里比赛，我觉得整个人还是非常调动的，非常积极吧。
She said, "I'm very, very positive and excited to play the match, especially entering the venue. I'm very excited." 谢谢，恭喜。
Well, she says at least she's playing better now than she was in the group stages. More to come, you feel, from Yingsha. And now we are into the second match of this tie. Chen Meng is up against Dora Madaras.
And I won't stop. Feel the dark magic. And I won't stop. Feel the dark magic.